When we recognize the many achievements and contributions of African Americans to our nation's history, we often overlook the role they've played in the history of the auto industry, and even more, the auto industry's impact on African Americans. Beginning with the Great Migration from the South to work in northern assembly plants a century ago, to the significant role they play today running major auto companies, supplier operations, and dealerships, African Americans have helped define an industry vital to the nation's economy. To help unlock the stories behind these milestones, 3 industry leaders discuss the past and present contributions of African Americans to the auto industry.
In terms of blacks leaving the South, comprising the Great Migration, we look at, they were leaving the South, but we don't talk about what they were coming to. The auto industry is what they were coming to, and they were coming to jobs. You're talking about people coming from a culture where the day was set by the sun to a culture where the day was set by a time clock. That was a huge change. It was really, really hard because most black auto workers were at that time pretty much corralled in foundries. And the foundry was a very, very difficult place to work because you had to cast engine blocks, axles sewn, and so forth. During the 30s, the migration had slowed, because of the Depression. And then in the 1940s, you've got war production going on. As the auto industry changed over to producing military hardware, basically what happened was you didn't have that much foundry work. And at that point in time, there was an agreement that there would be no discrimination in hiring and training for war production. It really opened the door to blacks as well as black women. So you've got a lot more people coming to staff those manufacturing plants. I think when the war was over, it was the second Great Migration. And 10 different states passed anti-discrimination laws in the 1940s. So the glass ceiling was being raised. Maybe not much, but a little bit. And I think anything that lessened the pressure, lessened the ostracization, lessened the discrimination on the black community was to be welcomed. They weren't necessarily living from paycheck to paycheck. They had money to spend. They could participate fully in the American economy, and a lot of that was fueled by the industry. It sounds corny, but there was an air of freedom that they had never known before.